So Broadway gets a national spotlight this weekend with the 77th Annual Tony Awards happening on Sunday. And the Hollywood strikes last year, you may recall they forced the show to go off script, but the broadcast still had its best ratings since 2019. The award show itself may be on a bit of a ratings upswing, with Broadway still struggling post-pandemic. Attendance reached all-time high, 14.7 million for the 2018-19 season, but it's leveled out to 12.3 million just in the last 2 seasons. So that said, it's a big year for the Great White Way. That's what they call Broadway. Dates back to the late 1800s. 18 new shows, 15 of them musicals, open this spring, many of them hoping to win big on Sunday. So here to sort it all out is Frank DiLella, the entertainment journalist for Spectrum News, New York 1, and he'll be live on the red carpet this Sunday. Frank, what do you make of this upswing and Tony Award viewership at a time when Broadway is still struggling to sell tickets?
Well, I think there's no denying that Broadway truly is a global brand. It goes beyond being just a street in New York City. And, you know, when you have someone like Ariana DeBose hosting the Tony Awards, and she did an amazing job last year and in years past, she's back for more this year. And, you know, people are interested in Broadway, right? You also have key figures like Alicia Keys and Hillary Clinton involved with shows this season. So, you know, they are attracting audiences that go beyond the Broadway crowd. All right, so give us the rundown then. Who is a shoo-in to win? And you're on the record, so of course, if it doesn't happen, we're going to come back to you. Who's a shoo-in to win, and which awards are up for grabs? It's going to be a great year for the Stephen Sondheim revival of Merrily We Roll Along. That show was a big flop in 1981 when it only ran for 60 performances. Now it's back. It stars Daniel...
that's interesting. Wow. Yeah. So it went... Yeah, I remember. It didn't go well the first time, and then it came back, and it's had a revival. Yeah, and it's recouped, and it's a hot ticket. And Daniel Radcliffe and Jonathan Groff will be Tony winners on Sunday night, and that show will win a Tony on Sunday night, finally, all these years later. And also a show called Stereophonic. It's a play with music. It broke the record for the most Tony nominations for a play, 13 to be exact. That is the frontrunner for Best New Play this year, and it could potentially win Best Score as well for a play, which is interesting. All right, talk to me about Hell's Kitchen. I've got a producer in my ear who is telling me I got to ask about Hell's Kitchen. It's certainly one of my favorite shows of the season. It's the Alicia Keys semi-autobiographical musical about her growing up in Hell's Kitchen here in New York City. That certainly is one of the frontrunners for Best New Musical. I think that's going to be up against The Outsiders, which could sneak in there for that Best New Musical Tony Award. All right, Frank, I got 15 seconds left. What's it going to take to get people back into their seats on Broadway? Telling people to come to New York City. New York City is the place to be, and Broadway is the beating heartbeat of New York City. But hotels are so darn expensive. All right, buddy, thank you. Frank DiLella, great report. Thank you. That's a wrap for us at this hour. And a reminder, you can see Hallie on Sunday, NBC Nightly News, and then back here on Monday on NBC News Now. This is NBC News Now. Coverage resumes right now.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.